Welcome back to the Game Smash Podcast. As always, I'm your host, William Liberty, and with me is...
Fawwaz Muhammad Yusuf.
And today we got some stuff to talk about. We got update on Bloodborne dropping on the 20th. Deus Ex delayed. The PS Experience games revealed. Very extensive list. Game Award nominees revealed. Some of them good, some of them bad. New Valkyria Chronicles announced.
What?
Yep, PS4 remaster of the first game coming next year. Nintendo Direct. And this was a big one because we got like DLC for Splatoon. We got an HD release of Twilight Princess. We got Fire Emblem Fates prices revealed. We got Zelda Wii U coming most likely around March, if we're lucky. Starfox coming in April, and then Cloud announced for Street Fighter. Cloud announced for Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Wouldn't that be something? Cloud and Street Fighter. That'd be pretty cool. But anyway, let's talk about what we played this week. Ooh, big surprise. I played a lot of Fallout. I really like the game. I'm blowing through some more quests, and gotta say, I really like the companions in this game. I don't want to get too spoiler heavy, but Piper is the shit. She's fucking awesome. And I guess she fits my playstyle because I'm the kind of person who I have to pick every single lock in the game. So, like, I immediately maxed out the lockpick perks because that's what I do. It's like, because fuck hacking.
Yeah.
So, it's awesome because she's like, oh, sweet, you picked that lock? You're cool. And I'm just like, oh, sweet, this is perfect. I kind of wish her default weapon wasn't a shitty pistol. Although I've had epic moments where I gave her an irradiated board, which is like a stick, and just watching her charge super mutants and bash their heads in with a stick is freaking hilarious, because she's just this like skinny, very skinny girl just beating a super mutant to death with a stick. But it's a lot of fun. I really like the game. I was looking for, like, you know, where the game, if I had any glitches or not, and the only thing I've had so far was there's a certain part in the game where kind of a spoiler but not really, where the Brotherhood kind of shows up. Big surprise. And when their vertibirds are flying around in, like, downtown Boston, the frame rate just shat the bed really, really hard, because the game was like, oh, super mutants, flying machines, can't handle. But yeah, still been playing that. It's a lot of fun, so I'll probably be playing more of that. But yeah, that's what I did this week. What about you, Fawwaz?
Okay, in the interest of variety, I'm gonna go with Guilty Gear. I went back to Guilty Gear, dusted off my old fight stick, and started playing again. You know what? It's funny because what happens a lot when you spend a lot of time playing a fighting game is you plateau, right? You know, you're just not getting better with the character anymore. So sometimes it you know, taking a step back and taking a break will help you just get better, and that's exactly what happened. I took a long break. Like, I think the last time I played was the end of around the middle of September, because around when TGS came out was when I started playing Bloodborne, and I played Bloodborne till Fallout came out, and yeah, so I went back to play after like a almost 2 months hiatus. And my friends were just like, yo, Fawwaz, you've gotten so much better. Have you been, like, you know, hitting that hyperbolic time chamber? And I'm like, actually, this is the first time I've played in 2 months. But thanks very much for that compliment.
Nice.
Yeah. So I started playing. It's a shame I started playing now because, like, all the big Canadian tournaments just passed. Because I'd have really liked to grind out, because I haven't been to a Guilty Gear tournament yet, and I'd have really liked to, you know, do some grinding and go out to a tournament. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. I've also started watching a lot more too. There's this weekly tournament that happens in New York that I've started watching on a weekly basis. So yeah, Guilty Gear Xrd. Looking forward to grinding that game out.
Yeah. Cool stuff. So we want to get into some news?
Let's get into some news.
Update on Bloodborne, dropping on the 20th. Just probably more stuff for the DLC, kind of like what we mentioned last week.
Yeah, the updates, the what's it called? It introduces a new covenant. That's
The
what
Covenant, Buckethead.
Yeah, the Buckethead Covenant. That's probably not the official name.
No, that's what everyone's gonna call it.
Yeah, the Buckethead Covenant, and it's gonna have some new NPCs. Just minor shit. So I mean, considering how close it is to the release and how we haven't heard anything about the Chalice Dungeons update, I'm gonna assume that it's not going to be included in this. I don't know if they're still doing it because we haven't heard anything of it in a while. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to be included in this. So yeah. The update's dropping on the 20th, so that's actually Friday. So tomorrow, well, it'll be like a couple of... Anyway, Friday is dropping on Friday, to butter you up for the expansion that's dropping on Tuesday. So good stuff. Look out for that. And excited to get my hands on that expansion next week, Tuesday.
I'm excited to get my copy back.
Something that we will not be getting our hands on anytime soon, though. How's that for a segue?
Yeah, there we go. Just
Deus Ex Mankind Divided got delayed. So, Tanner, remember when we were complaining that we had too many games to play in February?
Yep.
Well, it sounds like the developers heard us because now there's not as much anymore. One more game. It got delayed to like August, so a full 6-month delay right there.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep, sucks. So now the only game that I'm looking forward to in February is Street Fighter 5 and technically Far Cry Primal, but at this point I'm pretty sure that's gonna get delayed too. So yeah, it's pretty much just Street Fighter 5. And I mean, I'll be very surprised if Street Fighter 5 gets delayed. Knock on wood, because like the game was at Canada Cup and it was like fully playable. 15 of the 16 characters were playable. They've had a bunch of stress tests on the online. So yeah, I'll be genuine, and they still have like 2 months to iron shit out before launch. So I'll be genuinely surprised if Street Fighter 5 gets delayed. But if it does, then all of a sudden February goes from a month with too many games to buy to a month with absolutely nothing for me to buy.
It's really interesting. I think part of the reason that this happened was that I think just all these developers kind of planned, all right, let's try and release for February. And then it's just, everyone just went, oh no, every game is coming out in February, which means it's less likely people are going to prioritize what game they want to play. And then the launches for these games are going to be, not as epic as they could be because people have to choose. Because not everyone's going to buy, 4, high-priced games all at once. Not many people can do that. So I guess that's part of the reason. It could also just be, that just the games just got delayed because of, development things, or they overstepped their bounds or whatever.
Yeah. I don't think that's the reason. The whole, they saw too many games, so they delayed their shit. Because I mean, holiday season is pretty crazy like that too. And I mean, Deus Ex. I mean, no one got delayed till March. Mirror's Edge and Battleborn got delayed till May. So they both skipped to the same month. Yeah. And then Deus Ex got delayed till August. A full 6 months later. That game was not ready. This wasn't a situation where they were like, oh shit, there's too much competition. This is a situation where they're like, oh shit, this game is not ready. We can't make our February release date. So, with all of that said, now there's something I wanna touch on real quick. What the hell is up with all the goddamn delays? Because here's what pisses me off about these delays, right? Say this was No Man's Sky, a game that we've known about for 3 years now, and people keep saying, yo, when is it coming out? And then the developer is finally like, okay, for God's sake, people, it's coming out in February, and then they're like, oh shit, we can't make our February release date. That would make sense, but there was no pressure on any of these developers to announce the release dates. None of them. Hitman got announced at E3, and at E3 they were like, oh, we're dropping in December. No one forced them to do that. XCOM 2 got announced in June, and they were like, we're dropping in November. No one forced them to do that either. There was no pressure on any of these developers to be like, we're gonna release our games so soon. So then I'm like, why can't you just take the Blizzard approach? I mean, other than, I think, StarCraft Ghost, which ended up never getting released, Blizzard has never. Okay, let me not say never. Blizzard rarely ever delays games because they they rarely ever announce release dates. People are like, when is?
Because they know. They just know that.
Yeah,
Like,
they know shit happens. They're like, when is this game going to be released? When it's ready. Like, and if you don't like it, then kiss our ass. Like straight up, that's always been their motto. When it's ready, when it's ready. And I mean, they're one of the most successful developers in history, actually. Yeah. So I don't understand why more developers aren't emulating that. Like, no one rushed Deus Ex to give us a release date. No one forced Battleborn to give us a release date. No one forced EA to give us a release date on Mirror's Edge. But they all did, and now they're all delaying. And it's like this for me, I'm like, this hurts the game more than if you had just been like, the game will be, we'll release this game when it's ready, and then they were just like, okay, it's gonna be ready in May, and then they release it in May. Look at Overwatch, for example. Yeah. They've just been like, we'll have this beta when it's ready. Even their quote unquote release date wasn't even a release date. They were like, release window. We'll release it before June 21st or whatever that date was. They still haven't given us a release date. Like, what's the rush? What is the rush on release dates? And then coming out and delaying and killing your own buzz.
I feel part of the other reason is that maybe it could be dumb pre-order things where it's like, all right, people are more likely to pre-order a game if there is a release date out there. I mean, I'm definitely in that camp. Like, if the game is like, pre-order now, when's the release date? No idea. Then I'm like, fuck no, I'm not gonna pre-order the game. Because I have no general idea of when I'm going to get my hands on it. So I think that could possibly be another thing.
That could be it. Because, Mirror's Edge was up for pre-order. It's funny that you mentioned pre-order. Remember how Deus Ex was trying to do some pre-order bullshit like a little while back? And it's like, okay, so your ass...
That's right! Oh my god, that makes that way worse.
Your asses were trying to hit us with some pre-order bullshit when the game wasn't even close to being ready. Because like I said, this shit got delayed 6 months. This game was not close to being ready. And you know what, you might actually have a point. Because Mirror's Edge has been up for pre-order for a very long... I think Mirror's Edge has been available for pre-order since E3. So, and that might factor in. I don't know if Battleborn is available for pre-order, but that probably factors in. But anyway, it's a habit that really needs to stop. Because like I said, man, there's no rush. There's no pressure. I mean, look at Doom 4. For God's sake, that game has been in development for like 7 years now. Yeah. And Bethesda have just been like, okay, it's gonna be a Q2 2016 release, right? Even if that Q2 2016 release gets pushed to Q3, no one is going to get mad because there was no official release date, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally see what you're saying, and it's like, I feel like that's part of the problem with this is that it's just a bunch of either like people like just, saying, oh, we can totally do it, and like, no, we can't, we really can't. And I feel like it's just people I still kind of believe that it might have been also just everybody dropping their game in February. I still think that might have been a little bit of the reason, but it probably was more likely they were overstepping their bounds. Like, that's just where it kind of goes down to at this point. But yeah, February's looking a hell of a lot colder, that's for sure. So next, the PlayStation Experience games revealed. So you got the list for Fawwaz. Why don't you lay it down?
It's a very long list. I'm not going to go through all of this, So, but a couple games of note on the list are Battleborn is going to be playable there. The old Bloodborne, the Old Hunters is going to be there. A game I've been looking for. I've been keeping my eye on for a while. Broforce.
Yes,
it's going to be there. Darkest Dungeon, that game that you were talking about, it just recently got announced for PS4 and Vita for 2016. So it's going to be playable. Eater or however the hell you pronounce this, EITR, which is pretty much Dark Souls, an indie version of Dark Souls. That's gonna be playable. And one other game that I just heard about, Invisible Ink, because if I can't have XCOM, I can at least have Invisible Ink. And then one game that I just found out about very recently, Strike Vector is gonna be playable. It's like a it's a dogfighting. It's a futuristic dogfighting game. It came out on the PC a little while back, but it was really difficult. There was no single player. and so like the online kind of died very quickly. So I feel like if they've already said there's going to be a single player mode, there's going to be single player stuff that you can do. So and there's going to be bots, there's going to be AI bots. So if you can't find that will replace players. So I feel like this could have a bigger scene on the PS4. And if Sony isn't going to give us a new Warhawk, then this might.
God, I remember
this might tide me over. Uncharted 4's multiplayer is going to be there as well. Okay. Overall, it's a pretty crazy list of games that are going to be playable.
It's pretty awesome, all things considered, and it covers a wide variety of different genres and games and whatnot.
Yeah, you've got your indie games, and you've got different variety of indie games too. Then you've got your big name games. Black Ops 2 is going to be playable there. I have no idea why. Far Cry Primal is going to be playable. The delay is probably going to be announced very soon after that as well. For Honor is going to be playable. I'm looking forward to seeing gameplay of that. So yeah, man. Overall, like I could spend like an hour on this list. A couple of things. Heavy Rain and what's the other one called? Beyond Two Souls are going to be there. They also just announced recently that they're both coming to PS4. I mean, I think we knew that already. But they announced the release date. Beyond Two Souls is coming out sometime in November. I can't remember. I don't really care. Heavy Rain, however, is coming out on the 1st of March. That I'm planning on buying. And another thing is that I wasn't sure if they were going to release them as one bundle, and I had to shell out for Beyond Two Souls, which I really do not want. But apparently not. They're gonna be separate.
Okay, that's good.
So yeah, I can buy Heavy Rain. I'm really looking forward to trying that game out because I'm really looking forward to trying that game.
Yeah, because I will admit, out of the 3 games he's made, that's the one that's pretty decent. Like it's decent and it's a pretty fun game. But fuck Beyond Two Souls, dear God.
But yeah, man, Sony's coming in full force with the PlayStation Experience. Yeah. Oh shit, I actually forgot the date. I think it's the 10th of December.
10th of December. So mark your calendars.
Don't quote me on that, though. Don't quote me on that.
This is official 100% quote from Fawwaz live on podcast. It will be December 10th.
Yeah, but it's coming in December. It's looking like it's gonna be a pretty crazy show this year. It's actually December 5th. There we go.
So you immediately got it wrong.
Hey, at least I looked it up. You can quote me on that. It's December 5th to 6th. 2015. Hey, I'm doing my job. Okay, I was like, okay, I'm not so sure about this. Let me hit up Google to make sure. But yeah, it's coming on December 5th, and it looks like it's gonna be a very good show this year.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good stuff. So let's go into Game Awards. We got some nominees. Would you like to go over the lists, Mr.
Yeah.
Fawwaz?
So I'm not gonna go through the entire list because similar to the PlayStation Experience, it's an extensive list. But I'll touch on the big things. Game of the Year nominees: Bloodborne, Fallout 4, MGS5, Super Mario Maker, and The Witcher 3. Can't really disagree with any of those games.
That's a good
Although
list.
If I tried hard enough, I'm pretty sure I could. Developer of the Year is they literally took the 5 Game of the Year nominees and just nominated the developers because it's Bethesda, CD Projekt Red, From Software, Kojima Productions, and Nintendo.
Okay, how can Kojima Productions be nominated? They don't exist anymore.
Hey, it's a posthumous nomination.
Oh.
Okay? I mean, if what's his name could win for the Joker even after he died, I see no reason why Kojima Productions can't win for MGS5.
I would love to see Kojima win and just go on stage and just flip off Konami like, fuck you guys.
Like, hold these nuts. But yeah, I'm gonna skip on best indie game. You know what? Actually, no. Best indie game: Action Verb, Her Story, Ori and the Blind Forest, Rocket League, Undertale. A pretty nice, diverse list. But one thing of note that's missing on this list is Helldivers.
Yeah.
Helldivers was one of the best PlayStation games to come out this year, and Helldivers doesn't have a single nomination. Not just best indie game; it has no nominations this year at all. And I'm gonna get more in depth with that when I go over the games that they overlooked. But yeah, best score soundtrack, yes. Fallout 4, Halo 5, MGS5, Ori and the Blind Forest, The Witcher 3. Now, I've only played 2 of the 5 games nominated here,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So I can't criticize the other 3 that were nominated, Ori, Halo 5, and MGS5.
Mm-hmm.
But for sure, Bloodborne not getting nominated
That kind of
was
sucks.
some bullshit. Bloodborne's soundtrack is insane, okay? Like, the fact that they actually sold the game with the soundtrack just goes to show you how good the soundtrack was. They're not selling Halo 5 with the soundtrack. They weren't selling Ori and the Blind Forest with the soundtrack. Fallout 4, I love that game. They weren't selling that with the soundtrack either. Like, Bloodborne soundtrack is insane. And the fact that it not only is it not going to win, it's not even nominated is some bullshit. But I mean, the Game Awards always get it wrong when it comes to soundtrack. Yeah. Like
it's hard. Like I think the only
I don't think it's hard. I think it's
no, but I feel like what was the one year I think that I actually was really happy with the choice. It was.
I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Okay, no, that was bullshit. But there was one year where they did like it was Portal 2 and Bastion. And Bastion won Best Soundtrack, and then I actually looked up Bastion's soundtrack. I was like, okay, yes, this actually deserves the win. Because of how good that soundtrack was. Yeah,
but I mean, Hotline Miami wasn't even nominated.
No, I know.
Came out. Yeah, they always get it wrong, man. They always get it wrong. So yeah, moving down a little more. They got Best Shooter, aka the list no one cares about anymore. But yeah, man, just looking at this list, man, Black Ops 3, Destiny: The Taken King, Halo 5 Guardians, Star Wars Battlefront, Splatoon should probably win because of all these games, it's the only one that doesn't make me yawn when I'm saying its name.
Yeah, Well, I feel like Splatoon should win because it's got a more creative spin. And the problem I have is like with as much as I say Destiny Taken King is good, I would say that it doesn't deserve the win because it sure as hell wasn't good at launch.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I mean, Black Ops 3 is, I mean, for God's sake, if Call of Duty is not, what's this thing called? If they haven't ironed out the kinks by now, then these dudes should not be working in the gaming industry. This is like the fifth. I've even lost count. This is like the 15th Call of Duty. That shit should be on point by now. Halo 5 is technically Halo 7. So yeah, you should also have that shit ironed out by now. Dallas Battlefront is average from what I'm hearing. I haven't played it yet, probably not going to. And then on top of all of this, Splatoon is the only game. Okay, most of these games, Splatoon and Star Wars Battlefront both launched incomplete. Splatoon is supporting it with free DLC. Battlefront is not. So yeah, overall, man, Splatoon should win Best Shooter.
Yeah.
And I can honestly see winning Best Shooter too. Moving on, Best Action/Adventure Game, aka the most diverse list of games because action adventure just means a game that we couldn't really put into anything else. But anyway, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Batman Arkham Knight, MGS5 is probably going to win. Ori and the Blind Forest, Rise of the Tomb Raider. So yeah, pro tip, when you are nominated for your genre and amongst the nominees, one of them is nominated for Game of the Year. Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that one is going to win. So yeah, MGS5's got this. Best role-playing game. This is going to be interesting because 3 of the games here are nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Bloodborne, Fallout 4, The Witcher 3, and then we've got Undertale and Pillars of Eternity. So I can't even call this one. I have no idea who's going to.
That's awesome that Undertale made it to Best RPG, but it's gonna get honestly it's gonna get stomped, which is sad because I feel like that game is so good. But it sucks because I'm feeling that probably either Witcher or Fallout is gonna take this.
I think Bloodborne. Okay, you know what? Yeah, because
it's a popularity. Like even though I love Bloodborne, like I'm thinking you also have to treat it like which is popular at the time of voting. Because if everyone's mind right now is on Fallout. And, I would say a bunch of people are probably still thinking about Witcher 3, but I would say less people are thinking Bloodborne. Maybe a little more people because of the DLC, but
I was about to say, next week that's going to change, actually.
Yeah, no, it is, but I still kind of feel like most people's minds are going to be on Fallout. But I could be wrong. But that's just
It'll be interesting. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if any of those three win. I would like this is one of those where honestly,
I want honestly the only one I want to win. I want Undertale to win at least best indie game. I want it to win at least one award because that game deserves awards. But yeah, like what else? What other lists do we got, or is that it?
Oh yeah, best fighting game. They really shot the bed with this one. So it starts off really well. Guilty Gear Xrd Sign, okay. MKX, okay. Rise of Incarnates. What? Rising Thunder? Rising Thunder isn't even out yet. Rise of Incarnate is actual crap. And then on top of that, Smash Brothers isn't nominated.
How, like, okay, if you're gonna have a shit tier list, why isn't Smash Brothers in this? I know, like, you could argue that, well, Smash Brothers isn't a fighting game, but it kind of is if it can make it to Evo.
It is a fighting game. Okay, that's not an argument. There is no, like, what makes a game a fighting game is a one-on-one bout between two characters, right? Yeah. And that is what Smash Brothers is. Smash Brothers is a fighting game, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Especially since, okay, if you're going to be giving that on Smash, then you can give the same air for Rise of the Incarnates because the game is an arena fighter. Mm-hmm. It's like it's more like Naruto than Street Fighter. So, like, Smash Brothers is more of a fighting game than Rise of Incarnates. On top of the fact that Rise of Incarnates is shit. Then I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe Smash Brothers didn't come out this year. And I look at it, and Smash Brothers came out last year. So did Guilty Gear. So, like, there's absolutely no reason for Smash Brothers not to be on this list. And, like, Best Fighting Game was the one that I was like, okay, these dudes do not know what they're talking about. Like, this was a situation where they were like, we just need to do a best fighting game, and then they got some dude who plays Call of Duty on a daily basis to pick nominee. I'm honestly surprised Guilty Gear is even nominated here because, this list is embarrassing. Truth be told, MKX is probably going to win,
I feel like
but Guilty Gear, in my opinion, should win. But if MKX wins, I won't be mad about it. Like, no one is going to die. No one's going to get burned.
It's going to be Rise of the Concords or whatever.
Rise of the Incarnates. But man, other than that, it's a bunch of...
I like my name better for Fawwaz.
Rise of the Concords. And then we have a couple of other things. Best multiplayer game. It's like Call of Duty, Destiny, Halo 5, Rocket League. Hopefully Rocket League or Splatoon take this one because I don't want those, like Call of Duty, Destiny, Halo, I don't want those games winning anything. Those games don't deserve awards.
Well, the thing about that is that, like, even if they are, like, decent games, it's like those games have already gotten awards. Like,
they're played out.
I want the new IPs to get the awards, like, because they deserve it for their creativity.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the most anticipated game list is actually funny because it's Horizon Zero Dawn, No Man's Sky, The Last Guardian, Uncharted 4, and Quantum Break. So four PlayStation exclusives on that list. There was a little bit of a bias on this list because, Last Guardian, I'll give you that. Yeah. I mean, we waited 10 years for that. Horizon, okay, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky, okay, sure, I'll give you those three, right? But Uncharted 4 shouldn't be on that list, man. And this, like, ignoring my bias, right? Ignoring my bias towards Uncharted, because, like, I haven't hit the fact that I don't like that franchise.
No, I understand.
This is the fourth one. That should not be on the list.
No.
Not when you have a interesting new IPs like what's that? Oh shit. Scalebound coming out next year. When Zelda is coming, Zelda Wii U is coming out next year. Starfox Zero is coming out next year.
This is the thing though, because I don't think Zelda Wii U should count because we just haven't seen enough of Zelda Wii U.
Okay, I'll give you that. Starfox Zero, Scalebound, like there's so many games.
No, Uncharted 4 shouldn't be on the list.
Screw that excuse, because if you're using that excuse, then The Last Guardian shouldn't be on this list either, because we barely see anything of that game too.
I feel like Last Guardian deserves it because we did. Because Last
If you're
Guardian.
Gonna say Zelda Wii U should not be on this list because we've not seen a lot of it, then neither should The Last Guardian.
No, I'm saying it because I care more about Last Guardian because because
now you're using your bias on this. In spite of the fact, like I said, man, I'm not saying Uncharted 4 shouldn't be on this list because I dislike that game. I'm saying it because Uncharted 4 does not deserve to be on this list. Like, you gotta check your bias when you're looking at stuff like, because okay, we're all biased, right?
We're all biased.
But we're all biased a little bit, right? But I mean, for God's sake, look at this list, man. This list looks like it was made by someone who only owns a PlayStation. Seriously.
Okay, no, That I completely agree. That is very, very obvious.
And then the only Xbox game that makes it on is Quantum Break. Are you kidding me? Quantum Break. Like, of all the Xbox games coming out next year, Quantum Break is the one that, like, most anticipated game, I'm like, come on, guys. I just rolled my eyes when I saw this stuff, like on some PlayStation, not hugging bullshit.
Is there any other list, or is that it for as far as the Game Award nominees?
There's a couple of other stuff, but I
think we're good for now. But yeah, I guess if we're just gonna talk about let's just talk about at least one list. Let's talk about like Game of the Year. Who do you think is gonna win Game of the Year then?
Who do I think is gonna win Game of the Year? Oh, that's a tough one, man. Because I can honestly see any of these games winning it. But honestly, I'll just go with the game that I would pick for my Game of the Year, which is Bloodborne. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I kind of want Bloodborne to win, but I feel as if Fallout 4 is going to take it. But I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, that's Game of the Award nominees. So I guess we'll see what happens when we get to see who actually wins. So next on this new Valkyria Chronicles game announced, and a PS4 remaster of the first game coming next year.
Yeah, so 2015 is over. It's officially the year that dreams came through. Yeah. All that's left, I mean, like Valve, you still have a few months to announce Half-Life 3 to make this the best year for video game announcements ever. But yeah, straight up, a new Valkyria Chronicles, like, I didn't even, like, it was one of the things that, there was a rumor a little while back where Sega, they trademarked some Valkyria. I think they trademarked the name Azure Revolution or something like that. And I refused to believe that it was a new Valkyria Chronicles. I was like, it's probably going to be like a mobile Valkyria Chronicles game or something like that, or some bullshit. Because anything Sega does is bullshit now, right? I refuse to believe it. But yeah, a new Valkyria Chronicles is coming out. It's coming out only on PS4. It's called Valkyria Azure Revolution. A remaster for the first Valkyria Chronicles is coming out on PS4 in February. Only in Japan at the moment, though. It's gonna be a demo for Azure Revolutions included in the version that's coming in the
remaster.
In the remaster, thank you. And the Azure Chronicles has a winter 2016 release date. All of this is Japan. There's no word of North American release yet, but I'll be very surprised if they don't bring this game stateside. Like this game has a very, very big following in North America. I mean, when it got released on Steam, I think it was like the highest selling game on Steam the week that it got released. Like when it came out, it sold really poorly, which is one of the reasons why we had to like fight for a sequel. But it's built a solid cult following in the time between its release and now.
Yeah, because it's got that XCOM-y kind of gameplay. And when I started playing, I was like, holy crap, this game is really good. And on the surface, you wouldn't think that. I think that's the thing that kind of sucks about it, is that on the surface you kind of look at it, oh, that's probably just a weird anime game. It's not going to be any fun. But then you actually play and it's like, holy shit, this is actually really solid.
And then the cel shaded art. I'm disappointed more developers don't use this stuff because it ages so well. Like I'm looking at the screenshots of the remaster and it still looks solid. I mean, obviously it doesn't look like a PS4 game. You've still got some blocky designs here and there, but overall, I mean, it ages pretty well. And then they released some screenshots of the game. There's no trailers yet, but yeah, the gameplay screenshots of the new game look insane. The game looks so beautiful, so colorful, so vibrant, and like if this game doesn't get a North American release, this might be the first game that I like import, like straight up import. Get my Japanese friend to sit with me and translate while I'm playing, because this game looks so goddamn good. I mean, one thing is that it looks a lot more quote unquote anime-ish, because Valkyria Chronicles, it didn't have your stereotypical anime look, your giant swords and your big swords and even bigger tits, all that stuff. It was very grounded, because I think it was set in like a World War.
Yeah, it was like an alternate reality World War II kind of. Like,
so it had a very unique art style. Now this one, while the graphics look really good, the art style is more your standard anime type stuff. But overall, man, very, very, very excited to hear more about this game.
I don't know why the Valkyria's chest size increased so rapidly, but Jesus.
I thought that.
You were talking about that. You sent me the screenshot, and I'm like, really? Is it? Oh God.
Yeah, they went full anime on her design. Giant sword, weird colored hair, and very impractical cup size. So and belts. Lots of belts.
We're back to belts.
We are back to belts. But yeah, overall, man, looking forward to hearing more of this game, and looking forward to getting a release date for a North American release date.
I was really surprised when this announcement came out, because I didn't expect there to be. Technically there was a Valkyria Chronicles game for the PSP, but it wasn't on the same level as like the first one. So like this is like, it seems like a full-fledged sequel. So let's get into our last piece of news. Nintendo Direct. This was really big. So let's do the really big one that people were going like, holy shit. Cloud got announced for Street. God damn it! Cloud got announced for Super Smash Brothers. I made that mistake twice. All right. But yeah, Cloud. I was actually really surprised, because I was like, wow. Oh no, you go ahead.
Okay, let me explain how surprised I was. When I saw the headline on Facebook, I just rolled my eyes. I was like, oh my god, some dudes are making some. I thought it was a troll.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was a fan made video. It wasn't until I was on Event Hubs and I was scrolling through and it was like Cloud. I'm like, wait, what? That was real? He's actually coming? Mm-hmm. So yeah, man. He looks pretty cool. He looks chill. Here's one thing of note though. Now Cloud, we had Snake in the last in Brawl, and we have Cloud and Ryu. These are all characters who are historically related to PlayStation.
Yeah.
And now they're all coming to a Nintendo exclusive game. Yeah. So it just begs the question: is Nintendo finally improving their relationship with third-party developers?
I think it's, yeah. I think that's the fact that it's also that they have. I think Nintendo has a good relationship with Square Enix. I think that's another reason why Cloud.
This is true.
I think that's another reason why Cloud was attainable. Like, they're not gonna get like Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank. And Smash.
I mean, there's legal reasons why they can't get Ratchet
I understand, but it's funny because somebody pointed out like, man, like freaking, this is why Sony All Stars sucked so freaking hard. It's like, you didn't get Snake, you didn't get Cloud, like you didn't get freaking Ryu, like you got freaking Paparappa, like come on. But it's kind of baffling. I'm really excited, although I will admit we definitely don't need another sword user, because we've got like about 10 sword users in this game. Because there's a lot of sword characters in this game in particular. But I still think it's really cool. I really like the stage that he apparently comes with. Like just all those cool summons kind of show up in the background. So I like that. I think it's really cool. I also like the part in the trailer where he picks up Wario's motorcycle. I was just like, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But yeah, just really cool stuff. And they announced a bunch of new DLC for Splatoon. New maps coming on the way. New customizable stuff for your Inkling. I really like this because it seems like just the Splatoon's free update stuff is really, really good. It's been really, really solid.
I mean, hats off to them. They've been, I mean, like, because the biggest criticism of the game when it got announced was a lack of content. Mm-hmm. So they've been releasing, they've had a steady stream of content, and it's all been free. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't release a game and then charge us for the extra content. We're not going to enjoy that. I can't speak. I can only speak for myself. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I personally do not enjoy being sodomized in that manner. But yeah, good stuff.
The guys at Splatoon for doing this.
What is the name of the team behind
I called them the Nintendo Garage Band, because that's sort of like they're the prodigies.
It's a Nintendo EAD Group number 2.
Okay, so
Yo.
we're gonna call them the Prodigy.
You know
God
what?
damn it.
Let's call them the project. I like the garage band.
Or the Garage Band. Okay, let's do the Garage Band. I like that. Yeah. So those kids agreed. That's their name now. All right. Okay. We're good.
But yeah, props to them for continuously supporting the game with more DLC. And yeah, looking forward to seeing how they support the game going forward.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. And this is another thing that really surprised me. Zelda Twilight Princess HD release. And it's coming with its own official Wolf Link amiibo, which looks really good. And I'm like, because I'm not gonna lie, like Zelda Twilight Princess is probably one of my favorite Zelda games out of all of them that I've played.
Really?
And if people complain about the art isn't as colorful, but the designs in that game, like just the designs themselves, are really, really intricate and really planned. And I know this because, being the nerd that I am, I picked up Hyrule Historia, which is basically the big Zelda design book, right? And for every design in the games, you see like a couple of notes next to like characters and whatnot. You get to Twilight Princess, and there are pages of details and notes of all the planning that they did for this game in particular, and you can really, really see it in the finished product. Like the amount of different designs that Midna had was insane. Like she had about 40 different designs before they finally settled on that. So they really put a lot of work into this game. And I'm excited because it's like, yeah, for people who never got to play Twilight Princess, this is the perfect opportunity to do so if you have a Wii U. I will admit though that it hasn't as aged as well as Wind Waker has. I will say that. Like,
you remember what I said about cell shading?
Yeah, exactly. Cell shading just ages really, really well. But that being said, I still think it's really, really good. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it or not because well, here's the thing. I've beaten Zelda Twilight Princess 4 times on my GameCube. I've beaten it 4 times. Like, I don't know if I need to buy it for the Wii U to beat it a 5th time, unless, I do it for recording reasons. Like,
no, that makes sense. That's just so funny. You're like, oh wow, this game is so cool. I love this game so much. I'm so happy that they announced this game. I'm probably not gonna buy it though.
I know. I sound like a huge douchebag when I say it in that order, but it's just realistically, I've beaten the game. I love the game so much that I just kept replaying it on the GameCube.
No, that makes sense.
I think I might just buy it just for the stupid amiibo and just so I have another game on my Wii U.
One funny thing of note though is that it's called an HD remake, but it doesn't look very good. It doesn't look like an HD remake. The top comment on the video is that I started to think they were showing footage from the GameCube version for comparison's sake. Mm-hmm. Whoops! Because we were watching it thinking it was the GameCube version. It's like, oh wait, no, it's actually the new HD version.
There are a couple things that people have forgotten that that game, like the footage that they did show though looks fairly crisper. And that's the thing that if you go back to the GameCube footage or the Wii footage or whatever, a lot of the scenes are a little bit more blurrier. And I did notice that right away because I played the damn game 4 freaking times, that the scenes are a lot less blurrier and a little more crisper, but it's less noticeable than, the HD for Wind Waker. But yeah, I do agree. Like, I guess it doesn't look as amazing as an HD port, but I'm just interested to see how they're going to integrate the Wii tablets into this game, because that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I hope they don't waste time on that shit.
I kind of hope that they don't, or at the very least make it somewhat interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, at the very end of that trailer, we got a little bit. We got a really cool tease.
I feel like that tease almost hurt the trailer because it cuts to that, and you're just like, oh, that looks so good.
It looks amazing.
Oh, that
grass remember what I said about cell shading?
Yeah,
I don't know why more developers don't use cell shading. So like, this looks breathtaking. Like, you can talk shit about how shitty the Wii U is from a hardware perspective, but then you look at this and it's like, does it even matter? This is beautiful. But
Oh.
yeah, man, they confirmed that the game is coming out in 2016. You know, if you had any doubts.
Yeah.
But they also give it a more of a release date. I believe it's March.
I think they said that the Twilight Princess HD release is coming in March, but I don't know if they fully confirmed if Zelda Wii U is coming on March. It might be coming close though. I'm gonna assume it's gonna maybe, I want to say May or mid year.
Okay.
That's my guess. Because like I said, we still haven't seen enough. Like if it was coming out in March, I'd be like, whoa, okay, jeez. I would be super happy. But yeah, no, but definitely really excited, for sure. Now, I want to talk about this next topic, which is Fire Emblem, because you didn't really pick up on this. So I'm going to explain what they announced for Fire Emblem Fates.
Okay.
And I have mixed feelings about this. So basically, before people saw Fire Emblem Fates, remember how it was like you got to choose a side, right?
Yeah.
And you would pick either one side or the other, and it would affect the game's story.
Well, I like where this is going.
Yeah. Well, I realized that is not necessarily the case. Basically, what they've done is that they've done a sort of Pokemon X and Y kind of scenario where it's like, if you buy Fire Emblem Fates Birthright, you're going to get this story perspective. Like this story from this perspective. If you buy Fire Emblem Fates Conquest, you get it from this perspective. And how it works is that Fire Emblem Fates, let's say Birthright, if you buy that, it's going to cost $40 or around that on its own, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to buy both, if you own one of them, you can get the second one for a reduced price, which is $20. So if you want to get both, it's going to cost you $60. So, okay, not too bad. But there is a third version called Fire Emblem Fates Revelation. I think. Yeah, Revelation. And this is another perspective of the story that will help apparently reveal big plot points and make things clearer, I guess. And that's coming later as its own version. And if you want to get all three, you'll have to pre-order the special edition that is $79.99. So basically, if you want to get the full package, you're paying full price. You're paying full $79.99.
But this is a DS game, right?
Yeah, this is a 3DS game.
So I mean, like that's not full price. That's like well over full price for 3DS game.
way. But people are saying that, well, you're technically getting 3 games, and I'm just like, well, it depends on how long these games take to beat.
Yeah.
Like if the way the game was designed, and it's like, oh, you're getting like maybe only like a 20-hour experience, or even like a shorter version than that, and you really do need both versions, then this is gonna suck.
Yeah.
But what do you think about this weird pricing arrangement?
I don't like it. Like, first of all, it's confusing for the consumer, right?
Yes, it is. It's really
like the average consumer, you go in and you're like, I want to buy the new Fire Emblem, and it's like, okay, there's 3 of them. Like what? but like the main reason why I don't like it is because you made the comparison to Pokemon Red, right, and Blue. What made the Pokemon Red and Blue? What made the Pokemon Red and Blue difference so cool was that, first of all, you didn't need to buy both, right?
Yeah.
You could just buy one and pretty much enjoy the game fully. But then having the 2 versions introduced a social aspect to the game, because you were like, okay, there are these Pokemon that I couldn't get in my game, so let me go find my friend. Or, you and your friend could plan, I'll buy red, you'll buy blue, and then we'll just trade and, problem solved, right?
Exactly.
There was no reason to own both. There was absolutely no, you didn't have to own both.
Mm-hmm.
Existing introduced this really cool social aspect to the game. But then this, I don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't, because it's like, okay, sure, we're introducing different story angles. Odin Sphere did the same thing with 5 different characters, and you didn't have to buy 5 different versions of the game. There's one version of Odin Sphere that you just buy, and you have all 5 angles of the story. So no, at first glance, I'm not a fan of
Yeah,
this here at
I
all.
think the thing that sucks about it the most is that like I feel like I would be okay with this, or at least more okay with this, if there wasn't a third version. Like the fact that it's like, oh, but you're gonna for the true fans, you're gonna want to get Awakening, and I'm like, oh my god, you're already technically making people like, I'm imagining the Fire Emblem fans are gonna have to buy all of it, like, because they're gonna want to know. And
Yeah.
like I could probably go into this going like, okay, maybe I can just pick up one version and enjoy the game for what it is. But if there are big story plot points that are not going to be explained and will only be explained in Revelation, then I'm going to be like, well, god damn it. But it just kind of sucks. It's a shame because I was actually really excited for this game, and now I'm like, I don't know, just because of how it's priced. But I
Yeah.
guess we'll see if we get more information about this. And then last on the list, Starfox, just coming April 22nd. They showed off some more gameplay. Game looks good. I'm glad to see
Yeah.
a new Starfox.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the game looks good. I mean, graphically, it looks like shit. They picked a very bad art style for this game
yeah, it's
because,
not the greatest.
yeah, because like I said, you don't need all the power in the world you don't need all the processing power to make a good-looking game.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to pick a good art style, and they picked a very bad art style. So the game looks like shit. But it's made by Platinum Games actually, which this is a bit of a this is kind of different because I'm
Mm-hmm.
used to them having like action games, hack and slashes and shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, looking good.
Yep. And I guess that's pretty much it. I just wanted to just quickly mention this about the Nintendo Direct. I kind of wish that this was the stuff that they shown at E3. Like, I feel like E3 would have been a whole lot smoother and better if they just showed the stuff that they did in this direct, like, just Cloud being announced, and more Star Fox. Well, they did show Star Fox, but Zelda HD Twilight Princess, or the DLC for Splatoon. Like, if they had shown more of this stuff at the E3 direct, or sorry, the digital event, then it would have made it a whole lot less painful. Because when one of your highlights in the E3 digital direct is freaking Skylanders, then you're like, oh, it's not good. But yeah, I feel like this was a really good direct. So good job, Nintendo. Good stuff.
Yeah.
But before we wrap things up, we got our last question. So would you like to take it away, Fawwaz?
Okay, so J Streets, 1983, old guy,
Old guy.
asks a question. He's like, what was when did we know that gaming was going to be our lifestyle, and how old were we at the time? And he gives it his personal answer. It was Final Fantasy VII,
Mm-hmm.
and he was about 13 or 14. This dude is old. I didn't, and he's like, I didn't know games like this could be made. I didn't know what JRPG was, but I played at a friend's house, and I've been hooked on JRPGs ever since. So I'll let you take first swing at this.
Me? Okay.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go with a pretty standard response. It's Ocarina of Time for me because I was about 7 or 8 when Ocarina of Time came out, and my friend was the one who had a Nintendo 64, and he was like, "Dude, you gotta try out this game." And I didn't have the money or the time to afford many games, so this was the only game that I had, and I spent half a year playing Ocarina of Time, like a half year, and that was like a huge. That's why Ocarina of Time was just so amazing for me, because it was like it was a journey. It was a 6 month journey to beat that game from beginning to end, and because I sucked at puzzles and like action parts and whatnot, um, it made it a longer experience, and it's just one of those games that I just remember so fondly, for like the adventure and the story and just going, wow, this is insane, like we're fighting a dragon, or like, wow, this is insane, you know, we're having like a cool fight with Ganon on top of a tower, and there's like lightning in the background and whatnot, and there were so many amazing moments, and I was just like, wow, if this is what games can be, then I cannot wait for the future. And I feel like that was probably one of the moments where I just was like, yeah, I got to keep my eyes open for cool games like this. I'm super hooked on Zelda now. And yeah, I think that's where it all started. I think with me was Ocarina of Time, spending a good solid half year just playing through that game nonstop, completing all the little quests and whatnot. But yeah, that's my game. What about you, Fawwaz?
Okay, for me, it was Street Fighter 2.
Good.
I went to my friend's place. I can't remember how old I was. I was really young, though. But I went to my friend's place, and he was like, hey, do you want to come play some games? And, you know, I was... Because Street Fighter 2 is one of the first video games I ever played. Yeah. Like, it probably wasn't the first. I think Prince of Persia or something like that was before it. But it was the first one where I was like, this is a video... This is... Because, you know, like, before that, it was like... Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, like Solitaire, you know, shit like that. But yeah, I went to his house, was like, you want to play some games? And I was thinking like Monopoly or something like that. He's like, nah, B. He brought out Super Nintendo, and I saw Street Fighter 2, and it was love at first sight, man. Straight up. Like, I've never looked back, didn't look back ever. Haven't looked back since. There we go. Yeah, Street Fighter 2 was the turning point for me. I loved that game. I used to go to his house all the time to go play it. His mom actually used to get mad because he had Street Fighter 2 and he had Mario, and we never played Mario. We never touched Mario. We just used to play Street Fighter all the time. And his mom was like, you know, why you guys always playing this violent game? Why don't you play Mario? I'm like, because I don't give a damn about Mario. I'm trying to whoop some ass. Obviously, I didn't say that, you know.
Little Fawwaz, I'm trying to kick some ass. Shut up.
Get a quick ass whooping. But yeah, man, it was Street Fighter 2. Shout outs to Jay Streets for another awesome question.
Good question.
And for people listening to this podcast, let us know in the comment section what was the turning point for you guys, and what game turned it around for you.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to hear your responses. But yeah, I think we're going to have to wrap things up. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. If you leave a comment in the comment section, we'll make sure to answer it in the next podcast. And as always, this is with William Liberty and...
Fawwaz Muhammad Yusuf.
And we'll see you guys next time.